the S.S Sphinx on the Nile River in Egypt. If you've been on a river cruise, you're used to seeing a cruise manager and a destination manager, and then you go out to the tours and you have tour guides, and every day you have a different tour guide. That doesn't happen here. When you're on Uniworld, it's amazing because you get to know your tour guide, but we have a different thing here. We have what's called an Egyptologist. So right now we are with the #1 Egyptologist in all of Egypt, or that's what I'm told, Hazem. So let me explain to you the differences. So Hazem met us at the airport. He's been with us for a month, I think. It's been a week, but he really takes care of us. So I think really a difference with Uniworld is the care the Egyptologist takes. Now, in addition to that, you can ask Hazem any question related to history, Egyptian culture, anything. So we want to talk to Hazem to learn a little bit more. So Hazem, tell us about your training and what an Egyptologist is, because as an American, we don't know.
Right. Well, warm greetings from Egypt. An Egyptologist is a professional Egyptology, had his own master degree in Egyptology, specialized in the ancient Egyptian history. So we do have our private license to work as a professional Egyptologist tour guides, looking after our guests from day #1 until the very end of the trip. And the most important thing that after 7 years of studies and doing that job for almost 20 years, we do believe that this is what we were born to do. We do have the passion, the love, because we do believe that we are our own Egyptian ambassadors that show the world the importance of the Egyptian history and give the best experience ever to our guests.
Great, thanks. And I can say it's the truth. I mean, we have 3 Egyptologists with us, and well, they're all amazing. I mean, Hazem is, of course, the man. And again, any question. So, Hazem, when people are thinking about coming to Egypt, can you give us maybe your top 3 reasons or top 3 sites that people should see part of the Uniworld River Cruise?
Well, with Uniworld, we're trying to give our guests the best experience ever and to show them the main highlights of Egypt. The main reason of coming to Egypt, #1, because Egypt is rich with 5,000 years of civilization. And they wanted to know more and more about the great monuments that they have been hearing about from their childhood. So the 3 important destinations that I do believe that all our guests are coming to Egypt to see, #1 definitely are the pyramids of Giza, especially the Great Pyramid, which is considered to be the only remain of the 7 ancient wonders of the world is still in existence. #2 definitely is the Valley of the Kings, where they get to see the best colorful tombs rock cut in the mountain on the west bank of the Nile in Luxor, and one so special place that a lot of our guests know about it, and some they just know about it when they do arrive to Egypt, which is the 2 temples of Abu Simbel, were built by our famous pharaoh Ramesses II in a beautiful city called Abu Simbel, furthest city that you can visit in Egypt, almost 25 miles before the Sudanese border. 2 beautiful temples rock cut in the mountain, one dedicated to Ramesses II himself and one dedicated to his famous wife, Queen Nefertari.
And I have to say, as someone that has seen a lot of ruins and things around the world, one of the things is that when you're in a museum and you see the ruins, you look and you go, wow. But when you're with Hazem and he is actually explaining to you what these things are in context versus seeing a panel in the Metropolitan Museum or someplace in Greece and you're without a guide and you just look at it and you walk right by it. Here, we understand the history and what the meaning of the hieroglyphics. But again, I think having someone like you, which Uniworld provides, really does an amazing job of really allowing us to encompass what we're seeing versus just walk by and go, well, that was nice.
That's great. Well, I just wanted to add, this is what makes Uniworld so special, that we have a team of the highly professional, good experienced Egyptologists, the best Egyptologists in Egypt, that show our guests everything around the sites they see and explain in deep details what they are seeing and what they can see around the sites, not only the sites, but the culture, the local life around all the beautiful places.
And just in case you want to shop while you're here, because I know that's a big thing, Hazem can actually take you to the Valley of
The vultures?
The vultures, which is, if you've been through Europe or through Israel or the Middle East, you're used to having, or the Caribbean, you're used to having the vendors. And all the vendors here are very respectful and polite and will sell you anything that you want, and maybe stuff you don't want either. But Hazem can actually point out what the things are that are supposed to be purchased here, the foods, and really give you a local flavor. And I think that's one of the other things outside of seeing monuments which are 5,000 years old. We've also gotten to see villages and really respect how the people here are living in modern times in 2022 versus just looking back 5,000 years, and also being educated as to what Egyptian life is for you, your family, the crew, and other people, because I think we're always in quest of learning as a traveler versus a vacationer.
Well, I do believe that this is what our guests want. Of course, I understand that they're coming here to see the great history and visit all the beautiful monuments that they were dreaming to come to see. But plus, they wanted to learn and to know about our culture, local life, traditions. This is why we had our beautiful lectures that we organize on board to educate our guests about the modern life in Egypt. One of the special things that we do, we just try to go outside of the box, as we say, when we take you to walk through some of the local villages, to interact more with locals, to see how the real local life in the countryside in Egypt looks alike. And I guess that makes it so special and add up to our great experience in Egypt with Uniworld.
And I also want to say with Uniworld, everything Hazem has said we've talked about is included in a Uniworld cruise, other than there are some masterpiece collection excursions. Addis Ababa is an extra, but most people went with us, and it was truly worth it. I would say if you're watching this video and you're thinking of coming on Uniworld, it is something to sign up for immediately. It's a full day experience and truly amazing. And other than that, legitimately, there's not anything else you have to spend on, because Uniworld versus other river cruise lines have truly included all the highlights as part of your purchase price of your vacation. And it's just an amazing experience. So I want to thank you for talking with us and taking us on this cruise. And hopefully, as you folks are watching, it's something you're going to knock off your bucket list, because if Egypt has not been on your bucket list because you're concerned about flying all over the world, security, they don't speak English, forget it. This is something that should be on your bucket list. The beauty is it's going to continue to change, because we saw a temple today that if we were here last year, we wouldn't have seen the temple and the hieroglyphics. So things are always changing here. So put it on your bucket list, put it back on your bucket list, and come back a couple years later and make sure you do it with Uniworld, when you do the Sphinx or the Tosca.
Well, just to add one more thing, every single year there's a lot of new discoveries happening in Egypt. So no matter how many times you come to Egypt, you will always see something new. So we are waiting for you, and looking forward to seeing you all in Egypt soon to enjoy our great experience with Uniworld. Thank you so much.
Thank you.